And I return to Let's Play City Skylines. Okay, so I finally got my mods back, and I also turned on my Surface Painter, which was a mod that I had installed and was not showing up, so I managed to fix a few things. Anyway, for right now I'm just going to work on expanding the city. I think that's probably the biggest thing that we need to worry about. So, let's go ahead and get started. Now, the more I do this, obviously the more demands we're going to make, but I think it makes sense to finally actually start the city on this side so that we can get rid of these annoying power lines here. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's actually first, before I do that, before I cause myself an energy crisis here, come up the backside. And then I don't have to worry about it. Okay. So I guess I'm going to be bringing this all the way down here at least. And I'm thinking possibly, well, if I want to mirror this, I'm going to need to go something like that. And I would preemptively like to actually get in here and work on these pathways. So actually, let's get back to this. I know I've got this wrong on the other side as well. Get a few things going here. And I also want to actually build in something there. Maybe an actual plaza. Okay, we'll do an actual plaza. And so we'll do a pedestrian path to get in there. This one will work. We don't want you to be... Well, we do and we don't. I don't actually want it to be snapping to that line, though. I'd like it to be snapping in the middle. So I guess we'll just have to fake it then. We go in something like this. God, this looks awful. I'm not really sure. Okay, you know what? There's a better way to do this. How could I actually get this to the grid? There we go. But that screws with that. Okay, that's not what we want. Roads continue to be the bane. Okay, I guess they gotta go at least two. Roads continue to be the bane of my existence in this game. We do need one coming up. We can at least branch off of it. That actually does have to be a thing. You are really, really infuriating me. That's not going to be enough. How big does this stupid thing have to be again? Quite big. Quite big, actually. So glad that I'm wasting everyone's time on this. That should fit though, right? Well, it would if this goddamn road had actually deleted. Okay. That's not quite what I wanted. Try that one. Well, it's ugly and I hate it, but it'll go for now. So, I don't actually want it to do that. So maybe we can try this. Let's get into the road here. Junction. Okay, little stop here and a stop here. I think that's ridiculous that you can actually have stoplights on a pedestrian path. But whoa, robot invasion imminent? Oh. Okay, well that's fun. Now why is this out? We'll hopefully get there eventually. And then we need to come in here, do a little bit of a pathway up the backside here. Alright, hold on. What do you mean? Okay, just had to turn up the volume a little bit, and I've forgotten the hotkeys. You know, maybe we could do a different thing here. At least in the initial ones here, maybe? Okay, we'll do it. I don't want everything to look precisely the same. Yeah, this shouldn't be a thing at all. There we go. Is that because that's a one-way? No? Okay, well then I don't know why that one didn't get clicked. But that'll work. Right. Death care. So I kind of thought maybe putting the cemetery out there. I don't know where else to put it. I guess I could put it on the cliff top. Oh, the cliff top here, how about? Put it on the cliff top right here. Now, this road is not actually going to go across. I'm going to have it angle down this way. Which means that this becomes the main candidate here. We're extending this out. I wonder if that is actually going to be enough. No, not by a long shot. No, that's okay. Instead of doing a pure road there, full length, we'll just kind of have something go off the side here. And that'll be good enough. Okay, so at least we'll have that. We also don't have any garbage taking out anywhere. Of course we don't. Landfills, yeah. But now I've got to decide where I want the dump. That is something I had not actually considered. I guess I could have it come out here. Kind of just out in the middle of nowhere. I don't intend to really develop this area into anything. So it could continue out here. We'll just do that. I'm going to fix all these roads out here a little bit later. You know, for right now, this will be fine. So we'll end up building a spot out here. Right now, though. This isn't landfill. What the hell? I got into SimCity mode. No. Where is trash? We got a lot of stuff out here, actually. Incineration plant, waste transfer facility. Okay. What is this? Floating garbage collector lessens water pollution. I see. Sends out waste transfer trucks to pick up garbage from waste transfer facilities and landfill sites for further processing into energy. Oh, okay. So we put these transfer facilities around, and then they get picked up by the complex. Interesting. This must be new. I don't recall those. And here's a recycling center. I think, so these recycling centers I've got here, I'm pretty sure are mods? At least I know the large ones are. Maybe this recycling. So what's the difference between this one and this one? Pollution differences for sure. Money differences for sure. Where did this one come from? Well, anyway, instead of fussing around with that, we'll go ahead and put this here, and I will put a... Yeah, we'll just put the large ones, why not? I'm working with money, so why not? Do some, do a recycling center there? Sure. Okay. We'll worry about this one later. It is producing its own electricity, though, right? Because of this thing. We'll just hook it up regardless. And of course I have to get it within the, plumbing. I will fix the plumbing later. Okay, if we can just get rid of these basic things. Now we need a clinic because there's noise pollution. Largely because there is actually noise pollution coming not only horribly out of the damn park, but just from this here. So that's the next bit we need to worry about. Hospital. Do we need a clinic or do we need a full-on hospital? I'm gonna go with a full-on hospital. Put this one... Well, let's put this one actually kind of here-ish. Come up the backside here. Put some trees in. And we'll go with maybe a bush or two. Give a little bit of greenery. Oh my god, I need to get the mod. There's a mod that is basically powerless, or power... You don't require power lines. And that would be really nice. Not super realistic, but incredibly useful for getting rid of this stupid thing where you basically have to build next door in order to get the next bit going. Because holy crap, I'm getting tired of that. Anyway, let's fill this one in. We're gonna get us a bunch of very awful looking buildings because of the way these little things screw things up. Look at this. This little inner... These are all different street names. I'm gonna have to go in and change all that. But speaking of changing, before we do that, let's pick up some of the street names I can actually utilize here. So I'm going to, I've got my Atlantic Avenue, Crescent Street somehow. I don't know what I'm going to name that one. It runs along the boardwalk. I guess I could call it Boardwalk Avenue. I don't know that I've got one on my list specifically for that. Oh, whatever. Anyway, Atlantic City, or Atlantic, so let's call this one... Well, I did want to just save some names. Okay, you know what? Let's start with ones I know that I'm going to be using here. So this one is going to be, well, let's not call it Regent. Let's call it Oxford Street. And let's call this one Bond Street. Why didn't that one change? God damn it. Alright. Those two are actually Monopoly names. UK Monopoly names. Why is it giving it... Okay, well now we gotta come in here. Irritating. It's giving this whole damn street the thing. No, I don't... fuck is going on? Oh my god, this game. Okay, I'm gonna fiddle with that crap later. I am I am immediately unimpressed. Okay, let's actually... Nope. Something with that. And actually take that one out and that one out. And I will take in the pathway. Really? Okay, looks like we're just not doing that then. Or what about the grid? There we go. That'll break this up a little bit. Now this is another thing that goes on here that I kind of want these alleyways for, is because you get these backlot parking lots. And I guess it could make sense that you could drive along here to get back there, but well, we'll just have to see. Alright, we need more, so let's continue on with that. I don't really know what to do. I guess because I wanted these, Bond and Oxford Street, I guess, according to the Monopoly Wiki, the one thing it does point out is that they are in high commercial zones in real life. So we'll kind of leave that there. Let me look here. Where is trash? Garbage. Our capacity is quite massive. That's when they go... Okay, I see. Well, let's... I don't know. Budgeting is really not that important. I'm also going to crank all this up to 12. I don't know why. I mean, 12 is apparently the tax limit before everyone breaks, before everyone starts having problems with it and complains and all that stuff. So why put it at 9 as the beginning? 9 in SimCity games is the sort of minimal neutral tax percentage, but I don't understand why this game changes that. Anyway, we need to let's bring our budget down. Okay, 75%. I don't know, this is not going to matter. I don't even need to be fiddling with this, if I'm actually honest. Eventually, we'll reach critical mass, and the game will, or the city will be making money. Right now, I need to be worried more about actually getting stuff in. And, yeah, we're having a bunch of really annoying things here, actually. Now, there's commercial demand, so why isn't there commercial going in? That's my question. You know what, let's go ahead and put in some high-rise. And I guess I can come over on this side and also do the thing here. Is this the central? Oh yeah. So I had tried to get rid of that little bump. It doesn't work. Just because the way the game caps the roads in this game. It's not... aggravation. It's not something that I can fix, unfortunately. I feel like there was a mod or something. Why the hell is this not working? What's wrong here? That was weird. Not sure why I decided to do that. I'm sure there's a mod that changes the cap. Well, this one did it. the shit? Ah, this game. Put a stop on that one. And we'll come in here with the pathway. That's not pathway. This is pathway. And we'll give us a little bit of that. Now, I think I'd actually also like to come back into this, and I'm actually going to get rid of that. In fact, I'm going to get rid of that one too. What we're going to do is we're going to put in the pathway, walkway, all the way through here. Why did that get rid of that? Just because it's going to be kind of a major stopping point here. And what I'd eventually like to do is have a bus stop either for here to this road into the park or kind of over here. Somewhere in this area will be a bus stop once we get into that. And these may end up reshaping themselves, I don't know. Right now we got a gap there. Lots more people coming in, so let's continue on. You know what, I may as well just finish off these paths here. Slash alleyways. So kind of what I wanted to do over by the highway. I guess I can do this now. I want the inner side of these blocks in particular to be residential. And then I would like the this side to be smattering of commercial sprinkled with offices, and then put offices sprinkled with commercial on the outside of that. We'll see kind of how that goes. Not that one. So why? Because that road, that pathway didn't go all the way down. That's why. Now this is another one where I would like to do cut-throughs. I could, for example, do cut-throughs right here. Let's mirror this. So I've got it on the outside. This will also help kind of guide people from this area if they do come here. Okay. Now, it's interesting. I don't know anything about creating assets in this game, so I don't know how they get it so that cars actually do park in the parking lots. This is a mod, so it's not a game-made parking lot. So maybe there's something to do with the asset, you know, when they've got them on the actual game buildings, maybe they did something there, but this cannot stand. We don't need them parking in the middle right there. So I'm going to have to somehow get this, and I'd hate to do it with a zone, but no parking on the streets. That is a thing with the zones, right? If I did... How do you do just a zone? Well, there you go. Park place policies. Somewhere in here there's about no parking on the street, I feel like. Maybe that was a mod? I don't know. I know there's a way to do that. I know there's a way to prevent that. And I should probably also be thinking about fixing these streets so the same thing goes on here, so we don't have people parking on the streets, on especially like the one-ways and whatnot. Definitely don't want that. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is a lot of blank spots. I'm going to put in some trees to beautify this just a little bit here. Let's try maybe using some different types of trees. See, I don't want cars here, damn it. I hate that cars will do that. This is supposed to be a pedestrian walk in the back. This game's not perfect, in a lot of ways. In a lot of ways, actually. Okay. Maybe we'll put something like that there. And that one there. Grab these little bushes. Did want somewhat smaller trees. Maybe, there we go. Yeah, we'll work on that a little bit more too. But in areas that are never going to be zoned, it's probably good enough. Because they're not, right? You know, they won't reach. I don't know. I could just replace these with paths, but then I couldn't put this down. That's literally the only reason I've got these as walking paths instead of these park paths, is because I need that to, I need that to snap to something, which is what it's doing. But it is also giving me grief. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea. I mean, it literally says pedestrian path and has a walking thing on it, so why the hell would you allow vehicles to come through here? I guess it's really my own fault. If I didn't have businesses here, they wouldn't have a reason to. But maybe I can zone these blocks? Like if I'm going to be doing this, maybe I can zone these as no vehicles? No motor vehicles? That's a possibility. I would hate to have to do that, though, make each one its own little district. But maybe that's the only way to handle that. I don't know. Anyway, what do we need now? Still got a little bit more for industry now. That's good. We've got no buyers. Right, okay. Well, let's go ahead and change this then. Let's go from crops to wheat. And let's go into industry. Not that industry. And let's do agriculture. Let's find us another buyer. In this case, it would be... Well, it could be a flour mill, okay. Now, what I'd like to actually do is maybe put the industrial stuff... Oh, there's pollution involved in this one, huh? Interesting. Put, like, the industrial type buildings, and actually, I should keep this off the road. Can I move you? Keep the industrial processing stuff sort of up here, or... Actually, let me look at... Okay. So where there's not actually, you know, useful land for growing stuff is where I'd like to put these things. And apparently we're raining. Daytime raining. Let's do... I don't like how these roads look. So at least this initial zone here is going to be these. Yeah, I'm going to get the mod that lets you not have to use power lines, because this is really annoying. Really annoying. Eventually I'd like to do something with this. I don't know. Not a fan. I think I'll just have to put in some regular industry as well, which is probably where I'll put in, you know, things like that. But, when you do that, though, I wonder, because these zones, right, like I can put these kinds of zones, these zones I can specify as farming industry zone. Interesting. I didn't know that was a thing. Okay. Well, there's actually a lot of stuff going on back here with zoning types that I wasn't aware of. But that's what I'm talking about, though. Like all these different zonings that I was mentioning last time are exactly why you can get different building types, because they do specify. And we need a school at some point, somewhere. So we'll have to think about where I want to put that. Let's go ahead and do one real quick. Do an elementary school. Why don't we do an elementary school? I mean, these don't have a hell of a lot of coverage, do they? Put one right in the middle, let's say. Make it a little more interesting for down here. Actually, no, I want it to be more centralized, so it's at least getting these guys up here. So we can at least start some of the education, because these guys are not. Now, this firm entirely, at the buy-it-all shop, only wants educated workers. You cannot get a job here at the megastore without an education. Shop Till You Drop needs well-educated for some reason. This little boutique here, this tiny little thing. You know, it'd be interesting, actually. The proportions in this game are so out of whack. It'd be interesting to build an entire city with only little 2x2 buildings like this. Because if you actually look, proportional to the people, they just don't fit. Okay, this is unacceptable. We cannot just be parking here on the sidewalk. One last thing before I leave, because I don't want to forget. I had meant to put in fencing. And I think we'll just use regular park fencing. Drag this all the way up to there. Alright. Okay. Yeah, that's really annoying. If I could get it to be like this, maybe I'll fiddle with it until it does go like that. But if I could get it to be like this, that would be better. Somehow it flattened out, and I don't know. But that's just how the game is. The way the game is programmed, some things happen in ways that I just don't understand. And yeah, this is actually really annoying me. So maybe I'll do something else with this. I suppose larger buildings, larger plazas and whatnot would fill in the space better. But it's definitely because these buildings are popping up inside that it's attracting street traffic where it should not be. So we'll have to fix that. Anyway, I'm going to end this one here. Maybe we'll actually make some progress eventually. See you next time.